into a little bit of mythology, just kind of wanting to learn. You know, I know we're going to talk about Maat and some of the symbolism. You sent over some great images, but I had kind of gotten to, over the weekend, going back to reading some old mythology, and I got into the creation myth. You know, where obviously everything comes from the noon, and you know, first is created Apep, who is chaos, right? And then after Apep, and this is kind of significant, after Apep is created, then Atum is created. And that in itself really starts what is the oldest battle of all time, which is order versus chaos. And we see it represented in so many ways. So for those who don't know the myth, you know, Atum comes from the noon, which was just like nothing. It was just this void that had everything and nothing, and it was a consciousness that didn't have thought until finally it decided to make creation. And it makes Apep, who is the snake, who is chaos, right? So he was a necessary. So it shows you the necessity of chaos in the very beginning, right? And then Atum comes and he starts with order. So this is where they're, you know, these two are going back and forth. He creates, you know, Shu and Tefnut first, I believe. Then his two eyes, and then significantly he creates Djehuty. And he tells Djehuty, because Djehuty was all wisdom and knowledge and all this stuff, he said, you're the architect of this whole creation, right? And he was so essentially writing the rules that the meta nature or nature would operate from. And Ma'at was the personification. She was created next, and she was the personification of that architecture. Is that, am I getting that correct?
Yeah. They left out somebody though.
Okay.
Sheshat should have been there.
Sheshat, okay.
She's the architect, the person who is writing.
Okay.
Djehuty is the person who is actually bringing it forth or applying the very word of nature.
Okay. Because he's like referred to as the tongue. Is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
So that's exactly how that looks. Yeah. But yeah, you're right.
So they're progressive. There's always this progression towards establishing this order, and she personifies it. And I believe sometime after Ma'at is created, of course, there comes her protector, which is Montu. So 100%. We see like, bam, like it's all about order, especially in those early times, establishing what order is. And the whole time that this is going on, the Apep snakes never stops attacking, right? You know, and so it occurred to me like, you know, this is the oldest of all battles. This might ultimately be like, from this perspective, this is kind of what they're telling us the universe is about. This is what the fight is: mastering that order for the universe and yourself versus the chaos that's like ever present, always trying to tear down that order.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely.
Yeah, okay,
absolutely.
Okay.